Ejaculate theta corner 3.
I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. I'm walking away, oh, to find a better day. I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. I'm walking away.
Righto, boys and girls, here we are. The rumours are true. I have sold my theta, and fucking breaks my heart to be here making this video. It truly does. I want nothing more than theta to succeed. And you don't go and fucking make a year worth of videos about a project unless you really love it and love the community. The theta community is just such a sick community to be a part of. But look, unfortunately, some things that I've seen have made me reevaluate my investment in theta and look to move elsewhere. So if we go back to a little section in the last video that I made. Now, one big criticism a lot of theta investors have is that we don't know anything about these partnerships. We don't know how much compute these universities are using. We've got no data to be able to track any of this stuff. So everything's riding on the partnerships with the universities using a shit ton of our community's compute. And then we've got the sports teams with the chatbots that are hopefully just the start of their AI partnership with theta and are going to lead to, you know, the ticketing side of things, what they might do with T-Drop, going towards like community engagement, all that type of thing. We as a community just have to have faith that those partnerships are going towards that. And so I have to have full faith in the team. Recently, we saw the podcast with Pop and Mags, which I love their podcast. They're good fellas, fun to listen to. And they had the CEO of Pogs on their podcast, talking, but not talking about Mitch Liu. And look, he did not have good things to say, which worried me to the core because I made a video last year before the AMA, hoping that Mitch would address the Bitch Liu account, talking about the Pogs, which could have been that CEO, probably would make sense. So if I'm hearing some dodgy things about theta's previous partnerships and everything going forward is riding on future partnerships, future promises of what could be, I have to sit here and think, well, is this who I want to be betting on for this bull market? And I'm not going to have my capital allocated in the wrong crypto. I just refuse to. So I sort of started getting a bit uneasy about theta. And then we had the AMA, which was, you know, a lot of talk about we're working on this and we'd love to tell you about this, but we can't. And, you know, we're really excited about what might happen here and what could happen there. And like, quite frankly, boys, that's just not good enough. It's 2025. I want to hear this is who's building on theta's blockchain. We should have about 4 or 5 different subchains by the end of the year. This is how we're going to attack the ticketing market. Like, none of that. It's all just sort of up in the air, like this and that and this and that. And, you know, just from my own personal experience, boys, from my lifetime, the lessons that I've learned is that when you start hearing rumblings of things, like what the Pogs guy was saying, usually it's 10 times fucking worse. So that was just enough for me to go, look, I solely believe in DePIN and AI to be really impactful. I think that's going to have the most transformative aspect of crypto in the next 5-10 years. So I'm still going to be staying in the DePIN sector. But when Wes Levitt on the AMA said that holding theta tokens is a bet on the future of the theta blockchain, what's going to be built on it. It's like, what's being built on it? Yeah, there's Levita, but give me something more than that. Tell me these new people that are developing on the theta blockchain. Sell it to me somehow. Because if I'm a new investor just coming into crypto, like, how are you selling it to me? Give me a vision. Give me something. You know, us people in the community who give everything are just getting a bit neglected. And then you also had Andrea leaving in a weird way too. Like, I hope I get to share my side of the story, which was odd. And then her account proceeds to get hacked and starts shilling all these like scam coins. Just some weird shit going on. And also, the day after that Pop and Mags podcast, Gideon comes out and takes a picture with a pog. And I'm just like, bro, he just fucking obliterated your boss on a podcast over and over and over again. And then the next day you're coming out supporting of his project. That's just an absolute no-no. And then Jerry, what the fuck's the go with Jerry? He's no longer on the Theta site anymore. You see, 1 minute he's taking a picture at the White House. He never sort of interacts. No one knows what the fuck's going on with him. There's just too much up in the air, boys. It's all over the place. And on top of that, like, where are all the promotional videos of the university students using EdgeCloud? If Theta Labs have Bitcoin on their balance sheet, how can't they afford just one little intern traveling around to each of these universities, making promotional content with the students? Why is EdgeCloud so good to use? You know, what are you guys using it for? Give us something. You know, where is all the action? We want video content. A couple Medium articles isn't good enough anymore. Not now. It's 2025. There's legit players in Web3. You can't just get away with fucking a couple of Medium articles here and there. So I just think Theta are really slacking in the communication side of things. I would just have loved, as a community member of Theta, for Mitch to come out and stand up for Theta after things like Pogs happens. You know, he's supposed to stand up for us. We're the community. We provide the compute. You know, go into bat for us. Where are you, Mitchie? What's going on? There's so much content to be made regarding VentureMind, whose robots are going to be using Theta EdgeCloud. Where's even just one podcast with the VentureMind CEO just explaining what's going to be happening? All the other protocols that are using Theta, you know, give us something. We need something. Otherwise, no one has a fucking clue about any of this stuff and no one's going to care. For that reason, like, I just decided this is enough. I'm going to move on to a different project. And so what I did was created a bit of a list of things that I want to see in the next crypto I'm going to invest in. So it's pretty fucking simple. Explain to me why your crypto project has real utility. What's the software you've built, and why do a bunch of different industries need your software? Why can't they just get it from some Web2 company? Explain to me why you have to be Web3 and why you're going to accrue value to the blockchain. Tell me what's getting built on your blockchain, what is already built. Tell me how much money people are spending to use your product. I want transparency with all your deals. And tell me how your annual revenue actually accrues value to the blockchain. How many tokens are being burned every time you do a deal? Explain to me which of your partners are building product that requires your software. They need your technology to be able to do what they're going to do. Why they can't get it from anyone else but you. Explain to me why it's worth me running a node on your project instead of one of the other 250 million projects there are. Okay, I want to know what makes you unique. Next thing I want is for you to sell it to me. I want to be able to go online and see you on 50 different podcasts, getting asked a range of different questions so I can see why your project actually has capabilities to transform the DePIN industry. Sell me on this awesome mission. I want to know, like, what gets you out of bed in the morning to have a huge impact in the crypto industry. Okay, I want to believe in your project. All right, and next, I want to know what's your roadmap. Which industries are you targeting first so that you can go from doing $2 million a year and you'll be doing $10 million by the end of the year, and that equates to this many token burns, and you're going to see value generated into the blockchain. Just fucking tell me why your technology accrues value to the blockchain. Why should I run a node with you? I want regular fucking community updates. I want to see you doing Twitter Spaces once a month, explaining, righto, this is where we were last month. We're doing boom, boom, boom. We've got a deal pending with these guys. If that goes through, we're going to generate $1 million here, blah, blah, blah. I just want real transparency, because at the end of the day, for Deepin, the community is the infrastructure. We're the ones who run the nodes. We're like a needy girlfriend. You have to constantly give us validation on why it's worth us running a node for your project instead of one of the other ones. Okay, you have to give us constant validation. We're like a hot blonde, okay? We're insecure as fuck and we need your validation. Next thing is, who the fuck's backing you? Have you got legit motherfuckers that are deep in the crypto industry who have got your back? All right, if I'm going into a street fight, I want my fucking mates who have been in street fights before. I don't give a fuck if I've got a mate who's a black belt in karate, but he's never been in a street fight. And I want the hard cunts who know that when we get into a brawl in the street, they're gonna fucking bite down and just give it to it. And they're not scared to do it. They're not like the black belt in karate who's never been in confrontation, and when it comes to it, he might just run away, like some of these big backers are. I want crypto people backing your project. Next thing, boys, I want to see you at a bunch of different conferences talking to the smartest people in the world, explaining to them why they should build on your blockchain. Why building on your blockchain gives them the chance to make something truly transformational. Not just the same as every one of these other projects, all right? I want to see why people would want to go to your blockchain. And following that, when I go on your website, I want to see you have courses teaching people how to build on your project, okay? I want it to be very clear. I want to have like a 50-hour course, all right? For this reason, boys, I've decided I've fucking quit my job. I've got enough savings for 100 days to just go balls deep in. All right, I'm going to spend every single hour of every single day just researching Deepin projects. I'm going to be doing deep dives on different concepts, different projects. If you guys have things you want me to look at and make a video about, let me know, because I'm sick of fucking not knowing enough about what's going on, okay? And maybe along the way, we could get ourselves a fucking sponsorship and we can keep this show going. Otherwise, after 100 days, I'll just have to go back to work, and that is what it is. But at least we'll have this to look back on. So yeah, I know I probably upset a lot of people in the Theta community today, boys, but look, this is just it. I've got to call it how I see it. So yeah, if you guys have any content you want to see, I'll still keep making updates on Theta videos. I'll also document if I've made money or lost money after selling my Theta, so you guys can laugh at me if I look like a fuckwit. I hope I'm wrong about Theta. I really do. I really want Theta to succeed because I love the community. So I'll keep making updates on Theta as well. And yeah, we're just going to spend the next 100 days fucking all in on this shit, boys. Hopefully I can make some content you guys fuck with, and let's get into it. Right, boys. Go.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.